Alright, so page 4 of your Unit 10 review. Problem number 10 says, what is the vertex of the graph of the function y equals a negative 2x squared plus 14 minus 13? You know the negative 2 is the A, the 14 is the B, and the negative 13 is C. You always want to start with the x equals negative B over 2A, or opposite of B over 2A. In this case, the opposite of a positive 14 is a negative 14 over 2 times negative 2. Oh, that's ugly. So negative 14 over negative 4, you can reduce that to 7 over 2. That is going to be the x value of your vertex. You can go ahead and reduce that, or convert that to a decimal, and we'll call that 3.5, because that's easier to plug in our calculator. So your vertex is going to be 3.5 comma something. But what I would do is go back and plug in that x value to your original equation, making sure you put parentheses around just the x. So that'll look like y equals negative 2 parentheses 3.5 squared plus 14 times 3.5 minus 13. And I'm going to plug that into my calculator just like that. It's not pretty, but if you can see my calculator, that's what it looks like. You hit enter, you get 11.5. So your vertex here is 3.5 comma 11.5. Number 11 is asking what the solutions are of the equation below. If you remember from Tuesday, we said that our solutions are wherever it crosses the x-axis. These are also called roots, and it's right here and right here. Those are my solutions. And so you can write your solutions as a point, or you can write them as x equals. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and write them as a point. This would be negative 1 comma 0, and this would be 1, 2, 3, positive 3 comma 0. And that's all. All they wanted to know is whether or not you understand that the parabola, where it hits the x-axis, is going to give us the solution. Number 12 is asking, how many solutions does this equation have? In order to tell whether or not this equation is going to have a solution, you want to see where is the vertex and will this parabola hit the x-axis. Okay, so there's several ways to work this problem, but I'm going to choose graphing because that's what we've been doing in class. So start with your vertex. X equals the opposite of B over 2 times A. So in this case, it'll be a negative 12 over 4, which is negative 3. Your vertex is negative 3 comma something. From there, you want to plug in that negative 3 to see what your y value is. 2 times the negative 3 squared plus 12 times the negative 3 plus 18. I'm going to plug that into my calculator real quick, making sure parentheses are just around the negative 3 part. And I get negative 3 comma 0. So what I know is that my parabola, let's say we graph them on this one right above here. Hey, I'm videoing. Oh. It's okay, I'll drop by your office here in a second. Thanks. I'm going to use this graph here to illustrate. Your vertex here is at negative 3 comma 0. And I know that my vertex is going to be pointing, or my parabola is going to be pointing up because A is positive. So let's just say this is my parabola for number 12. How many times does it hit the x-axis? Once. So it's just going to have one solution, and that solution is negative 3, 0. Okay? I believe 13, 14, and 15 are typos because it's the exact same equation that we just did. But what you want to do is just make sure that you understand how to come about telling how many solutions our parabolas are going to have. I would start with the vertex and then graph it and see how many times does it hit the x-axis. Your options are either 2, 1, or none. Okay, that's it for page 4 of your review. Only one more page to go, guys.